Hey, what's up guys? Jeremy here from RoboDK. Welcome to another video of the tutorial series covering the basics of RoboDK software. Now that we know how to move the robot around, we need to learn how to create targets. Targets are positions to reach with the tool of the robot. If you didn't see the first few videos, I highly recommend you to watch them before going further. Also, remember that everything that I'm showing you in this video is complementing our online documentation. Okay, let's get started. Here we have the station we created earlier. Before attacking the target creation part, I will make a few changes to this station. First, let's delete the second tool we have. We won't really need that in the future. Okay. Now, I would prefer my paint gun to be a bit more realistic. I will also delete it. And we will open the local library. This time, instead of grabbing the paintgun.stl, we will use the paintgun.tool. The difference is that this one is a simple 3D object, and the other one is a tool type object already known by RoboDK. Okay, open. Now we can see that the paint gun looks better. The paint part is even semi-transparent. That's pretty cool. Now we need to activate that tool. Right-click on it and select Active Tool. Okay, now we need to start teaching targets. As for most features in RoboDK, there is many ways of creating a target. You can use the Add New Target icon in the toolbar, or you can go on the main menu, press Program and select Teach Target, or you can use the keyboard shortcut Ctrl and T. When you create a new target, its position will always be the position of the activated TCP. In this case, the new target is created at the end of the spray. If I move the robot a bit, just by rotating the axis one, you will see the new target. In the station tree, you can see the new target. If I click on it, the robot will move to that position. Note that this new target was created in the active reference frame, in this case, frame 2. Let's rename the target right now, so this one will be our home position. This is where we will start and finish our program. Okay. In the next video, we will create the painting program for the top of that part. Considering that, we need to prepare all the targets. From the home position, we will go to an approach position. That should be somewhere around here. So let's move the robot there. Okay, perfect. I'll adjust the rotation so that the paint gun is completely pointing downward. Okay, perfect. And let's create that new target. Okay. And we're going to name it Approach. Okay, now I can do the same with the retract position. This is the first position we are going to reach after the paint job. It's somewhere around here. I can simply move the robot there and create a new target. Okay, nice. Okay, let's call it Retract. Now, I intentionally didn't put it at the right spot. I would prefer having it a bit closer to the part in that direction. I have two options here to modify the target position. First, let's bring the robot back to its home position by clicking on it in the station tree. It's mainly to avoid moving the robot instead of the actual target. I can now use the Alt key to move my targets. In this case, I want to move the retract target. We can always press slash to show the target's name and identify the one we need to work on. Okay, this one. Let's hide that again, so slash, okay. I will try to position myself the best I can and use the Alt key and my mouse to move that target. A ghost robot will appear to show you the configuration of the robot when it's reaching the target position. I'll create a video on the topic of robot configuration in the future. I believe that it can become quite confusing for some of you. Okay, this seems to be a good placement, but it's just a guess. If you want more precision, you can select the target in the station tree, right-click on it, and select Options. You can also use the F3 key to reach the same window. I'll cover it in more details in the future, but for the moment, we will look at the target position with respect to section. Here, we can manually modify the position of the target. As usual, I can use my scroll wheel, like that, or I can manually enter a value, let's say 400 millimeters on the y-axis. Okay, perfect. Now I can click on the targets one after the other to move my robot around and verify the position I just thought. Okay. The next thing to do is to create the targets needed for the painting path. Quickly, I think that we will need around 8 targets. There. Okay, to apply a nice coating of paint, I will need the z-axis of the TCP to be normal to the surface at all time. I could try to do it by manually moving the robot and achieve some pretty interesting results. But honestly, that wouldn't be a quick process. To solve that issue, RoboDK has a pretty cool feature called Teach Target on Surface. You can find it by going on your main menu, in the Program drop-down menu, just right here. Now, as soon as your mouse gets close to the surface of an object, a ghost robot will appear. You can click anywhere on the surface to create a target. Let's do that for the 8 targets we need. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. If needed, you can play with the 3 wheels on the left of your screen to modify the orientation of the tool with respect to the surface normal. The color code is always the same. Blue for the z-axis, red for the x-axis, and green for the y-axis. Okay, now press Escape to leave the Teach Target on Surface feature, and now we have our 8 targets in our station tree. We can rename them one by one like I already showed you in the first video, or we can select them all, either by holding the Control key and clicking them one by one, like that, or by selecting the first one, holding Shift, and clicking the last one, just like that. I can now right-click on the group and select Rename Group. In the next window, I can enter the name of the group. Here, we can call it Top Paint. Okay, and press OK. If you look at the station tree, all the selected targets are now named Top Paint, followed by a number from 1 to 8. The next thing that I can do is to improve the position of every single target. Let's select the first one and press F3. Adjust the X value and the rotations. Okay. Now I'm going to do the same for all the targets. I can now go back to the home position and simulate the path that I plan on using. Okay, that's pretty good. Okay, that's pretty much everything for that tutorial. I really hope it was helpful. In the next video, we will learn to create simple programs. Have a good day, guys.